What's going on, everyone? I am back here with another video for you guys today. And today I'm going to be giving you guys my full review of the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 7.0. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I'm going to be giving you guys the full rundown of the technical specs first. So first thing is the hardware dimensions. So the height comes in at 7.4 inches. The width comes in at 4.37 inches. The thickness comes in at 0.39 inches, which is actually considerably considerably thin for a tablet. The weight comes in just under a pound at 0.67 pounds. Very nice. And you also can pick this up in two color configurations. You can pick it up in white, as you can see here, but you can also pick it up in a golden brown, which would make the screen front here, the screen glass, it would be black, and then the plastic back panel would be a goldish brown color. But I decided to get the white version because, in my opinion, white just kind of looks better. But moving on, the screen is a 7-inch diagonal display, which is a WSVGA display, which comes in at a 1024 by 600 pixel resolution. Which it has a PPI, or pixels per inch, of a 169, which is considerably low, going off of higher-end Android devices that are out now. Say, for example, the Galaxy S4, which has a very, very high-resolution screen. So you're not getting the best screen on here, and it is a standard LCD, by the way, so it's not a Super OLED or LED display in any way. But, I mean, it's a decent display nonetheless, so, I mean, you are going to get full 1080p playback on this display, so you do not have to worry about that. So you're going to get full HD playback on here, so you do get that, which is nice. Moving on, the touchscreen is a capacitive touchscreen, which is nice. It is not resistive like some other older generation devices that we have seen previously. Now, it is running Android, of course, that's a no-brainer, but it is running a lower version of the software, so it's running Android 4.1.2, so you're not going to get the latest version of Android and TouchWiz, unfortunately. I believe the latest version of Android that is out right now for these current devices is 4.2.2, and there is an update for 4.3, but I highly doubt that these particular tablets will ever get that update. So, but you never know, they might come out with it. Now, moving on to the processor, it is coming in at a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor. So it's not the fastest tablet that you're going to find, but it is a okay speed, I guess you could say. It's not the fastest, but it's also not the slowest thing you'd ever use. So it's like a mid-range kind of speed there. It does come with a fairly good amount of RAM. It comes in with 1 gigabyte of RAM. That is low. That is a low amount of RAM, considering some of the higher end tablets have like 2 gigabytes or more of RAM. But this is a lower cost budget tablet, so you cannot expect to get super high end specs on this particular device. So, but it is nonetheless pretty good for a $200 tablet. The internal storage that you can pick this device up in is 8 and 16 gigabytes. The standard configuration that you'll find at most retailers is the 8 gigabyte model. It does have expandable storage, so you can have that option of expanding the storage via micro SD card, which it supports up to 64 gigabyte micro SD cards. You cannot go higher than that, unfortunately, but 64 gigs should be quite enough. This is also the Wi-Fi only model. You can also pick it up in a Wi-Fi plus cellular model, which would have voice input. So, that means that it'll have a voice receiver right up here at the top, just like a phone. So basically, if you wanted to use this tablet as a phone, you can go ahead and do that if you wanted to do so. The type of Wi-Fi it has is 802.11 ABG and N. So you're going to get the fast Wi-Fi speeds. So you're going to get pretty good speeds of Wi-Fi, which the frequencies you can get are 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz. That is with the wireless N technology. It does have GPS, so you can have GPS navigation on here, turn-by-turn directions and all that good stuff. It does have Bluetooth 3.0. It does not have 4.0, but 3.0 is pretty good. Now, as for the sensors that are in this particular tablet, you're going to get an ambient light sensor, which sits right here next to the front camera. You get a compass, a magnet meter. Not sure what that does. So, if you guys know what that does, please post it in the comments below. And it also has a standard accelerometer. And then lastly, the battery capacity, excuse me, is a 4,000 milliamp battery, so you're going to get fairly good battery life out of this. Not too great, but it is pretty decent. So, now, moving on to the actual device, now with the specs out of the way. So I'm going to give you guys a look at the actual device and give you guys a hardware review. So, looking at the front, we of course have the 7-inch diagonal display, which, like I said previously, is the WSVGA quality, which is not very good, but it does decent for what you want to do here. Up on top, you get a Samsung branding logo, as well as the ambient light sensor and the 1.3 megapixel fixed focus camera. So you do not get any tap to focus, tap to adjust exposure and all that, so it's kind of unfortunate. And it does record 30 frames a second in VGA quality. Moving down here to the bottom, you have your standard Android controls. You have your single home button here, your menu button, as well as your back button. Or these actually two are not buttons; they're actually capacitive, excuse me. Kind of got tongue-tied there, but it is capacitive buttons here. Moving to the top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, and then that's it. Moving to this side, we have the only thing on this side is the micro SD card slot, which, like I said previously, you can expand up to 64 gigabytes. Moving to the bottom, we have two stereo speakers, left and right. Our micro USB port for charging and syncing. Our first microphone. Moving to this side, we have our IR blaster, which will allow you to control your infrared equipment, such as your television set. So you can use this to control your TV as basically a remote control, which is nice. Your volume up and down rocker. Your sleep-wake button / on-off button as well. And your second microphone, so you're going to get stereo sound out of this. So if you happen to be video recording with the rear camera, you're going to get stereo audio quality, which is really, really nice. Now, moving to the back, we have another Samsung branding logo, as well as our 3 megapixel fixed focus camera, which records 30 frames a second in 720p HD. So it is fixed focus, and you're not going to get any tap to focus or tapping to adjust the exposure, unfortunately. And also, from video tests that I have done with this camera, it is not very good. The video quality is really, really choppy and really, really bad. So I wouldn't really recommend recording video with it. It's basically for just kind of fun picture and video taking. So it's not for high quality picture and video recording. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, let's go ahead and turn it on now. Let me focus it back in. There we go. Oop, how to focus still. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn it on. So, like I said, this is running the 4.1.2 Android software. So, like I said, you're not going to get the latest version of TouchWiz, but you do get this nice looking lock screen here. You have your quick access apps down here, which you can configure these in settings. So if you want to move them around or add a app to that section, you can go ahead and do so. And then you got the time, status bar, date, as well as your unlock animation. So you can unlock anywhere on the screen by doing so like that. And then we are presented with the standard home screen. These are not the apps that you will find on the device when you first launch or turn it on. You'll have to add these apps to the home screen later on via the app drawer down here. So if you do go in the app drawer, you get 2 full pages of pre-installed apps, as you can see here. This right here will be the first page of apps, and then this will be the second, excluding the Twitter and Amazon app. And then this third page is all the apps that I have previously downloaded. And you do get Samsung's Watch On app, which is the app that will allow you to control your IR equipment, or your AV equipment, I should say. But I actually have not been able to get this to work recently. As you can see here, when I go to try to launch the application, it'll just say that it'll be unable to. Yeah, there you go. It'll be unable to detect my country, which is kind of weird. But anyway, you do also get your widget section. You get several pages of widgets. Some of these I have downloaded and some of them are pre-installed. So if you would like to add a widget to a screen, so you just have to hold down, drag the widget to whichever screen you want, say this one, drag it right up here to the top, let go, and it will add the widget to your home screen. But I do not want to add this widget, so I'm going to go back. And then to remove a widget, all you'd have to do is drag and hold, or tap and hold, go up to the trash can and remove it like so. And then you can also create a page by hitting the create a page up there as you just saw. And then if you want to get a bird's eye view of all of your home screens, I'm going to go ahead and set this down now. You just pinch out with 2 fingers. And it's not wanting to do it. There we go. So you can see all of your home screens, and from here you can also choose which home screen you want to be your default by clicking this little house icon. This page here is the current one, so the little house is highlighted blue. Pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pinch out, back. Okay, and you can also do that pinch gesture in the apps section, as you can see here, as well as the widget section, so you can pinch out and view all of your pages of widgets. It's pretty nice. And you go back. And then also in this section, I forgot to mention, you can hit this little arrow here, and it'll bring you to your downloaded apps section, so you can filter out only apps that you have downloaded from the Google Play Store. Let's go ahead and go back. So, let's go ahead and drop down this menu here. So, Samsung does give you a few toggles up here. On the 8.0 version of this tablet, you will get actually a lot more features via the drop-down menu here. But in the 7-inch version, you get Wi-Fi, GPS, sound, screen rotation, Bluetooth, power saving mode, blocking mode, syncing, and driving mode. So if you were to get the 8-inch model, you would get a few extra toggles. For example, you get a dual window mode, which will allow you to work on 2 separate things at once. So if you want to watch a video and work on a Word document, you can go ahead and do that, which is really nice. So, of course, you tap one of the toggles to turn that particular feature on and off, so you can turn GPS on and off. Pretty simple. And then you drag it away. So, pretty nice. And then when you do get a notification, it will drag down a little notification on the status bar, as well as it'll give you a little icon here. As you can see, this is a battery icon showing me that I have 50% of battery power left. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up the camera app here real quick. So because of the fact that you're not getting the full-on I really cannot talk today. For the fact that you're not getting the full 5 megapixel camera that you get on the 8.0 version, you're not going to get the full feature set that you would on that version of the tablet. But you do get quite a bit of features. You can see here. You can change the resolution of video, change the effect, white balance, guidelines, all that good stuff. And then you have some quick access here, which of course you can edit shortcuts right there and add them within this section here. And then if you switch over to video mode, picture mode, you do get this little square in the middle of the screen. It doesn't do anything. It's just basically there to help you line up your photo. And then once again, you get your quick access toggles over here. You can change some settings for photo taking as well. So then when you're ready to take a photo, of course, you hit this button here, and it'll take the picture. And then we go back to video mode. If you're ready to take a video, of course, you hit the giant red button here, and it is now recording the video. And then one thing I do find cool is that you can pause and play the video while it's recording. So you can pause it and resume. So I find that a really cool feature. So then when you're done, you can just hit the stop button. There you go, and then you can go in here and view that photo or video that you took. And then if you want to delete it, tap the screen, hit the trash can, hit delete, and it is now deleted. So pretty standard stuff. Pretty good. And then you also get something called S-Voice, which is basically the competitor to Siri. So if you double click the home button, it'll bring up S-Voice. What is the current weather for my current location?
Here is the weather for Arroyo Grande, California.
And there you go. It gives my current weather for my location. And it also gives a 5-day forecast. Or excuse me, 6-day forecast. I missed a day. Sorry about that. But anyway, it works basically kind of similar to Siri, because then you can tap the microphone, hello, and it'll respond to your
hi there.
Yeah, see, it'll say hi there, and it'll just say do some jokes and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun. One thing I find funny is if you ask it if it likes Siri, it'll try to give a runaround saying that she doesn't know Siri and this and that. So I'll ask her that right now. Do you like Siri?
I don't know her, but I think we might be able to relate to one another.
See, I just find that funny. It's kind of interesting. Alright, and then if you want to get out of S-Voice, you hit the home button once, and then you'll be back to the home screen. And then another thing, this does come with a second voice assistant type of thing, and that is Google Now. So if you want to access Google Now, you just hold the menu button, and then you're in Google Now. So you can... What is the weather like right now?
It's 67 degrees and clear in Arroyo Grande.
There you go. It gives weather for my current location, as well as some links to some other weather information services, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get out of Google Now. So, that's pretty much it of my review of the Galaxy Tab 7.0. If I missed anything, make sure to comment below. So this was just a quick review of the Galaxy Tab 3 7.0. One thing I do need to do is I'm going to give you guys a quick size comparison to the iPad to give you guys just a quick reference as to how big this tablet is. So I'm going to set it on top of the iPad. So as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller than the iPad. The iPad has a 9.7 inch display, and this of course has a 7 inch display. Basically, this tablet here is basically the same size as you would find on the iPad mini. So, yeah, the reason I basically got this is because I was wanting a smaller tablet, not too big, not too small, pretty much in between. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos to come in the future. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or any comments of any kind. Don't be afraid to do so. Make sure to thumbs up the video like always. I always appreciate that. And hit the subscribe button right down there. So, yes, once again, thank you guys for watching. Peace out till next time.